My boyfriend comes home injured every day and he won't tell me why. I, 26F, live with my BF, 23M, and he's the love of my life. He's always been honest with me about everything, but recently I feel like he's hiding bad something from me. Because for 2 months, every time he returns home after work, he's bruised and injured. Not like a small injury, but really visible injuries like bruises, cuts on his abdomen, legs. Bad injuries. The worst injury he had was 13 days ago. He came home at midnight and I was still awake doing some work, and his whole hair and face was messed up. He has a middle part, and it was like some of it was cut off, and he had bad swelling in his cheekbone area. He also had a black eye. When I saw him I was trying to ask him what the fuck happened to him, and he just told me he didn't want to talk about it. I've tried to do anything to just get some information from him, but he refuses to give me any. He keeps telling me not to worry about it. I've told him I'd also go to the police to report what's happening to him, but he's pleaded me every time to not, or else he'd break up with me. I'm so fucking worried for him, and I feel like I can't do anything. He hasn't done anything to deserve any of this, and I've been trying to come up with anything but I can't. He truly is a person who lives a simple life. The only reason I've come up with is that my BF is one of the few minorities in a very conservative city, but even then he has friends, connection, etc. Update: I asked my boyfriend yesterday about what was really going on, and I threatened to rope in my family, the police, and break up with him. I told him he was jeopardizing my own safety, and he had to tell me. After a lot of stalling, he eventually told me what it was. He's in a fight club. I guess the jokes were right, he's actually in a fight club like the movie. However, it's more complicated than just he's bored. He told me his family in Vietnam, specifically his mom, are pressuring him a lot to give them more and more money. They have told him that if he doesn't give them enough, they'll cut contact with him. And even though we both have pretty good jobs, he was struggling to reach their demands, and he didn't need to ask me for money. He heard about the fight club from his friends, and at first he thought it wasn't any good. But, he told me he was getting really stressed from his family situation, and getting hit would relieve some of it. And once he heard money was on the line, he decided to join it. That's the reason he refused to say anything about it, because like the movie, he followed the first rule of Fight Club. That's also why he comes home sad. He's only using the Fight Club as a way to cope and earn some money on the side. That's also somewhat the reason he would plead me to not contact the police whenever I told him I would. Even though the actual Fight Club itself isn't illegal, a lot of illegal activities like drugs were being done in and of itself. I've talked to him about helping him with some money or therapy, but he told me he wants to deal with his issues himself. He told me he doesn't want me to stress myself out just to help him. For now, I'll stay off, but I told him I'll be helping myself by helping him if he's in a bad situation. Like and follow for more.